Hello! Welcome back, or if it's your first time here, welcome. We're going to play some more Dragon Age Origins, and this time, today, we are going to get to the temple. Well, we're in the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but we're going to get the ashes. That's just it. We have been trying for days. This is it. We're going. So, we are just going to get started, because we need to get this. We just need to get them. Arl Eamon doesn't have much time left, and we are just wasting it. So we're just going to go. Remember, if you enjoy this, subscribe, hit the notification bell, then you know when I have new stuff coming out. And let's just go on. It's Tamlin.
So cold here, sister. Do you feel it? The chill eats at my bones.
Yeah, is that because you're dead?
You think? This cannot be Tamlin.
Exactly.
Tamlin is gone. He is only footsteps in the dust. I am Tamlin, and yet I am not. I am
Yeah,
part of
you're
the
not.
gauntlet, and part of you.
You were here to test me, just like the rest of them.
The test is over. I am here to show you the way forward. Do you still dwell in the past? You said nothing when the Guardian asked you. Do you even know the answer? I wish you well, my friend. We will not meet again.
Oh, we didn't really meet there either, because that's not Tamlin. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, so this is our shades, Zevran, Amelia, Morrigan, and Sten.
Right.
So let's just get started. We can defeat ourselves, except for Sten, because, you know, he has to die. That's what he does. So this Sten needs to die as easily. Wow, Sten has everyone on him. Come on. There we go. One down. Now let's do me. It's my turn to die. No, Sten. You will survive. No, he didn't survive.
A little bloodletting, I see.
That's okay. There we go. Now I will heal. Now let's get Shade Zevran. Zevran the Invisible. Alright. Oh, did you already kill the fake Morrigan?
That was a most difficult battle.
Yeah, it really wasn't, Sten. It really wasn't. But, you know, whatever you say. What do I got? Mark of Death. Yeah, well, that's okay. Alright, moving on. Andraste loved her disciples as she loved the Maker. As we have faith in the Maker, so must we have faith in our friends. Okay.
Tell me what you would have me do here, Kadan, and it will be done.
I have faith in my friends well enough. Faith that they will one day stab me in my back.
So we are now going across the bridge. And, we are almost there.
Powerful magic indeed.
Exactly. Altar. This altar is little more than a dusty stone slab. You can make out an inscription carved into its face. Continue. Cast off the trappings of worldly life and cloak yourself in the goodness of spirit. King and slave, lord and beggar, be born anew in the Master's sight. Remove equipment. Alright, so we just have to go across with our equipment.
You have been through the trials of the gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim.
I know.
Approach the sacred ashes.
I will. Alright, now I got my equipment back. Alright. Here we go. Hi, Andraste. I see your ashes, ma'am. I'm just sitting there. I have approached. And there they are.
I stand in awe. Really?
Congratulations, you found a waste bin.
Nice vase. I should get one for my house.
Oh, yeah, I love it. All three of them that I brought. Not a single one of them cares at all about the Urn of Sacred Ashes, which means that I can pour the dragon's blood into the urn. Yeah, before drawing the ashes, you gather up some of it and place it in a small leather pouch. And there we go. You uncork the vial of dragon blood and empty it into the urn.
The ashes.
Sorry.
This most grievous of sins cannot go unpunished. Andraste must be avenged.
Okay. We shall fight you. Hi, Guardian. Oh, you only have half health. You bring demons in? See, you're not so great. You have dealings with demons. There we go. And fight. Guardian, you are going down. You didn't guard very well. Ah. Sorry. I mean, you're not really even alive anyway. You're just some sort of specter or something. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get this chest.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Zevran, you have less lockpicking than me. Unfortunate adventurer. What do you have? Okay, you've got a few little things here. A belt with spell power. That might be good for Morrigan.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
I need to get my lockpicking up because that is so stupid. Hi, Colgrim. I did it. Give me something good.
Already, the weight of the past seems to have lifted off the mountain.
I'm glad you're
You are Andraste's
pleased.
Knight Champion. What you have done here will change the world forever.
Okay. Yeah, you spoke of a reward.
Yes, it would be a grave sin to deny you your just
Yes, it
reward.
would.
You will share in the power of the dragon. You will become one of the children of the risen Andraste. Behold, the blood of the dragon, drawn from the beating heart of a wyvern. Drink in the strength of 1,000 generations.
I mean, I've already drank blood, so, yeah, what's a little bit more? Sure.
The blood of a dragon is not attained cheaply.
Yeah.
Appreciate this gift.
I'm glad Morrigan approves. Yeah, what's a little more blood? I apparently really enjoy drinking it, so what's a little bit more? Now what? Yep. Just as bad as the first. Hi. Hello.
Do you feel any differently?
Besides the burning pain in my throat? No.
That is the nature of dragon blood. It is flame given life.
There you go.
Within it, all the experience of our ancestors. The memories of the blood. A gift from Andraste. The knowledge of our fathers and grandfathers is slowly being passed to you.
Thanks.
Even if you leave, you will take us with you. You will forever be one of us.
I mean, I don't know if I really want that, but sure. I got the Reaver specialization. Ooh, a couple people leveled up. Let's level. All right, so I leveled him up. Sten, I was able to get some more strength, so he's able to wear that better armor now. It's heavy armor. Pretty excited about that. And we just got a few more things. I did go ahead and upgrade my lockpicking a little bit. I don't want to start back at the beginning of the gauntlet, but maybe I can unlock a few more things. I think there was something down here I could unlock. Let's see if I can unlock it now. Yeah, maybe that chest. I don't 100% remember, but let's find out. I still can't unlock
Perhaps
it.
I could have a try at that.
Okay, fine. Well, let's keep going. Alright. Time to leave. I'm pretty sure Brother Jin and TV won't have a problem with what I just did up there. He'll be fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Hey, Jin TV, where are you? Hey, I destroyed the ashes. You good with that? Is that okay? Do you have a problem with that, sir? Do you want to fight me? You could try to fight me. It's not going to go well for you.
Welcome back. You were gone for quite some time. Well, did you find it?
Sure did. Yeah, I found it and I destroyed it.
You... what? You're not serious.
Oh, I am 100%. Quilgrim offered me power. I couldn't refuse.
Did this for those heretics? They've defiled the temple. They...
Yeah.
A monster. I should never have led you here.
And he runs away. Honestly, that's probably the smart move. Because, you know, fighting me is not going to end well. Let's go. It is time. Gather your party. Yep. Okay. Well, first, let's go to camp. I got some stuff to get rid of. Uh-oh.
I had a bad feeling about this entire expedition, and I am glad to see you back. What happened?
I don't think she's gonna be happy. Yeah, I've destroyed the ashes.
No. Why? Why did you do this? They were the remains of the Maker's Chosen, the most holy relic on Thedas. You can't have... I'm sorry,
I did.
but I can't stay here any longer. I wish I had never met you.
Bye. Yeah, Liliana. She gone. She gone. She didn't like that. All right, let's sell some stuff. Okay, so I've changed around my inventory a little bit, picked up a few different things here. Got people some different armor and stuff, but not really armor. I guess it was more like the accessories. But now I'm gonna go on. I want to change some of the tactics. So I'm gonna have to wait. I can't do it in camp for some reason.
Indeed.
Yes.
All right, let's keep going. Let's go back to Redcliffe Castle. Let's go give Eamon the ashes. Let's cure him. And what's gonna happen here? Let's find out. Oh, back in Denerim. Yep. Denerim.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
Yeah.
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire.
Really?
But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin
Exactly.
opposed your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Wow.
Eric and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Yeah, did you?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Oh, you couldn't look her in the eye when you said that. No one believes you, Logain. No one. No one believes you. Okay. Oh, and we've got old Tegrin here. First off, I'm going to do the tactics, and then I'm going to see what he has. So I will be right back. All right. Let's get back to it. Go the rest of the way to Redcliffe Castle so we can finally cure Arl Eamon. He has been sick for a while now. And he needs to be well. So that he can find out that I killed his son. I'm sure he won't mind. I did what I had to do, though. So, I mean, what are you going to do? What can you do? I mean, sure, I could have sacrificed Isolde or, you know, gone and gotten the circle, but, you know,
Return.
splitting
Might you have
hairs. Yeah, I found the urn.
You have?
I did.
Wonderful. Let us go at once to Eamon's side and see if the urn's healing
Let's do
powers
it.
live up to their reputation.
I agree. Let's do it, Tegan. Wake up, Eamon. Wake up. Well. Poison be gone. Hi.
Where am I?
In bed.
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
I am here, my husband.
Connor. Where is my boy?
Where is our son?
He is dead. Connor is dead.
Dead? Then it was not a dream.
Nope.
Much has happened since you fell ill, brother. Some of it will not be easy for you to hear.
Then tell
Sorry.
me. I wish to hear all of it.
Okay.
This is most troubling.
Agreed.
There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much.
Yeah, you're
Grey
welcome.
Warden, I know you did what you had to. I grieve for my son. But I believe that had you not acted as you did, it might have been far worse.
Yes.
I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service?
Sure. If you'd like, I won't object.
Then allow me to declare you and those traveling with you
Such a gift.
champions of Redcliffe.
I wanted like a sword or
You will
something.
always be a welcome guest within these
Okay.
halls. And for you, Warden,
Oh,
a shield of the same make as
Okay.
those that have been given to our finest knights.
maybe it'll be good for Sten. There is much else to do now.
Indeed. We have no way of knowing what Loghain will do once he learns of your recovery.
Loghain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man.
Taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
Yep.
Mad indeed. Mad enough to kill Kaelin, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands.
Yep.
Whatever happened to him, Loghain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end.
Exactly. So what are you proposing then?
We have no time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Ferelden is to have any chance at fighting the Darkspawn.
Yep. Loghain must capitulate then.
I agree. Loghain will pay for his heinous crimes, but our armies must be reserved for the Darkspawn, not for each other.
Exactly.
I will spread word of Loghain's treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Loghain's allies pause, but we must combine it with a challenge Loghain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Loghain's daughter, the Queen.
Oh yeah?
Are
Who's
you
that?
referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative, but the unthinkable has occurred.
Alistair has a claim to the throne? That's ridiculous.
You don't know?
Nope. Well, I do, but...
I meant to tell you when
Oh,
we were approaching
hi.
Redcliffe, but
Alistair is King Merrick's illegitimate son. He is Kaelin's half-brother and has a claim to Ferelden's throne.
So Alistair's our alternative. Are you serious?
hey, I'm right here.
Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists no better than Loghain. Alistair's claim is by blood.
No.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
Not really.
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Loghain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Ferelden. Is that what you want?
But I... No, my lord.
I see only one way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Ferelden's nobility in the city of Denerim.
You do that.
There, Ferelden can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing.
All right, I say we proceed with your plan.
Very well. I will
Let's
send
do
out
it.
the word. But
Let's
before we
do
proceed,
it.
I believe there is the matter of the mage, my son's tutor. He still lives, I understand.
Yes.
He does. He is in the dungeon, brother.
Have him brought here, Tegan. I wish to see him.
Yes, face the man who poisoned
Jowan,
you.
what you have done is not in question. You tried to assassinate me and set into motion a series of events that nearly destroyed everything I cherish. What have you to say in your own defense?
Nothing, my lord. Other than to say I am sorry. I expect no mercy for what I've done.
Yeah.
I see. Grey Warden, have you anything to say on Jowan's behalf?
No, I have nothing to add.
Then there is nothing more to say. Jowan, I hereby sentence you to death.
Yep.
May the Maker show you the mercy we cannot.
Yep.
Thank you, my lord.
You must die.
Now, back to the matter of the landsmeet. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. I would prefer to wait until that is done before calling the Landsmeet.
Okay.
In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn Horde.
Makes sense. Oh, look, I got to level up again. I'm okay with that. Alright. Let's go. I think it's about time to go back to our camp and talk to everyone. It's been a while. Let's just see what everyone has to say. Keep moving. We have a war to win. We must defeat the Darkspawn. Let's go to camp. Okay. Hi, dog meat. I'm gonna pet him. Aw, he rolls around happily on his back. Because he's a good boy. Aren't you just a good boy? A good boy. Alright. You know what, Zevran? We haven't talked to you.
Here I am.
Okay, care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is the desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
Oh, yeah. Well, you did quite well, no doubt.
Within the Crows, I did. But it has been something the Crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting.
I see.
An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
Well, that's not how you tried to attack me. That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle.
I see.
Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Alright, what else you got?
Here I am. Oh, I certainly could.
I asked if he
I won't.
could teach somebody to be an assassin.
Were to remain a secret. And while, yes, they are already angry at me, I'd rather not push things, you see.
Okay, I understand. Very well, I'll respect your word.
If you are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The Crows are already angry at me, yes? Who knows?
True. Alright, oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. No, let's go back and talk to Zevran some more. I'm not done.
Here I am.
Okay, care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Why did you want to leave the Crows exactly?
Well, now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
Yeah, I agree. You didn't choose to join the Crows?
To be truthful, I didn't even know the Crows existed when I joined them. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The Crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
Well, and that system works?
Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a Crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
So what is it you fancy exactly?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful, and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
Not at all.
This is good to know. As
Let the
for what
flirting
I'll do
begin.
in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course.
Of course.
For now, naturally, I go where you go.
Won't the crows eventually find you?
Eventually can be a very, very long time if one plays one's cards right.
True.
Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Okay. Answer some questions.
But I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
So now we've started on the love interest there, or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, he's gonna start being a little bit flirty. Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
No, you're probably right.
I often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
A little morbid, but okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Alright, more flirting. Handsome elf like you? I can think of a few things.
I mean professionally. Or maybe you mean professionally as well. Perhaps you intend to peddle my services to bored Ferelden noblewomen.
Oh, yeah.
It is an interesting thought, but I've always removed my clothes strictly on an amateur basis. A talented amateur, of course, but an amateur nonetheless. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine.
Very true.
But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Okay.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
So tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
Yes. You certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes.
Yes.
Let's see. My second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
The crows were willing to anger the circle of magi?
In Antiva, nobody is too important to escape the reach of the crows. They've killed kings and queens. That is simply how it is. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
After killing her, anyhow?
Yes, but not on purpose, actually. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
Were you upset?
At first, yes. Well, not upset. Surprised is really a better word. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The circle of magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
These sorts of things happen to you often?
Like being spared by a benevolent mark who then helps me escape from the crows? Yes, it does seem to happen now and again, doesn't it? It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
I see. So you never mix business with pleasure?
Well, there is you. But I'll point out that you did have to capture me and tie me up first.
True.
Every rule has its exception. Now that I've mentioned tying me up in that context, do we have extra rope about?
Okay. Answer some questions.
But I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Tell me a little more about Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
Don't you want to go back?
It's not really a matter of wanting to go back. I cannot go. At least not yet. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
My people have no cities.
Ah, yes, of course. The wandering life of the Dalish. That truly is better. I'm jealous.
Oh.
You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
Is that some kind of euphemism?
It may as well be. But not this once, no. I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home, more than anything else.
You sound like you've been away from home forever.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in the store window. Finest Antivan leather. Perfect craftsmanship. Ah, but I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Your home is still there, Zevran.
True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a beautiful Grey Warden, a woman who then spares my life? I could not.
Beautiful, is it?
I say you are beautiful because it is true. Should I not?
No, by all means.
And glad I am to hear it. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal.
Alright, I gotta see if I can still get those boots, because I suppose since he is gonna be her love interest, I may as well give him his gift. It'll be the only one I do, but everyone has like their special one, and this is his, so I'll go ahead and give it to him.
That smell. This is Antivan leather, isn't it? I would know that anywhere.
Yes.
I don't know how you found it, but thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Now, if only you could find me a prostitute or two. A bowl of fish chowder and a corrupt politician. I'd really feel like I was home. And the feet as well. Marvelous.
There we go. Ooh, so that means I got him to the next level. Let's see, Zevran. Oh yeah, Morgan likes me pretty well. Yeah. Oh, right there. Warm. Sten. Neutral. Zevran, okay. Interested. Of course, Dogmeat always loves you. Alistair's way down there. He's hostile. Yeah, okay, let's talk to Zevran some more.
I've a question, if I may.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
More flirting. Is this after I ravish you in celebration?
Of course it is afterwards. The ravishing part is a given. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
Not at all. You could go, if you wanted.
Could I? And what if I didn't wish to leave?
There's always a use or two for a handsome elf.
I'm sure I could come up with a few more if pressed. It is good to know what my options might be. but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
No. Yeah. I'm up to the next one.
What is your desire?
Care to answer some
All right,
questions?
but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Is there anything new? No. Okay. Let's go
What is
to...
your desire?
I want to discuss something personal.
Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
Okay, you must have quite a history. With women, I mean.
This could be a sensitive topic, my dear lady. Are you sure you wish to voyage there?
I asked, didn't I?
As you wish. Let me start by saying that my history is varied, indeed. It has also not been restricted to women. Does that offend you?
Should it?
Perhaps. That is entirely up to you. I grew up amongst whores, my dear. Sex is best when done well, and truly, that is my only rule. Do I prefer women? Yes. Yes, I believe I do. But you must understand that a certain open-mindedness is sought by the Crows in their recruits, for very good reasons.
What reasons are those?
I have had to do many things in my work as an assassin, some pleasant and many not so. The Crows recruit elven assassins because we are considered beautiful by humans. I'm sure you can imagine the rest. I cannot change my past, obviously. I regret far more than the men and women I have been with, and if that is more than you can bear, well, then it is good we know now, yes?
It doesn't bother me, Severin.
You're a better person than most, I suspect. Ah, enough talk of the past. It is what lies ahead that is important, no?
Okay.
What is your desire? Again? I'm game.
Care to join me in my tent? Probable sex scene coming up, so just a fair warning on that.
Oh, is there something in your tent that needs assassinating? That is my specialty, or so I'm told.
I bet you're good at a lot of things.
That's quite an offer, especially from such a beautiful woman, if we are both speaking of the same thing.
I suspect we are.
And here I thought it might be a Grey Warden thing. Ah, very well.
Yep. These scenes are always so awkward in Origins. It's pretty funny, actually. Pretty funny. Makes me laugh every time.
See? I knew this would happen eventually. I should have warned you right from the moment you refused to kill me. It was inevitable.
That's so. You're practically a public menace.
It's true. They used to issue warnings about me at the Antivan border. Ah, the good old days. So then, as the priestess so famously said to the handsome actor, what now?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Allow me to make it simple for you, my Grey Warden. What comes next is entirely up to you. I was raised to take my pleasures where they could be found, for they do not come very often. I shall ask nothing more of you than you are willing to give.
And what about love?
I was born of a whore and bred as an assassin. All I know is of pleasure and death. What room is there on these things for love?
Aw, Severin.
At any rate, we should be on our way. A new day awaits us, or so the rumor goes.
All right. Now let's talk to Alistair, who hates me.
What do you need now?
Like to ask you
If
something?
you really have to, go ahead.
Why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
It's because we don't get along.
Well, not just that. I wasn't trying to deceive you on purpose. Let me explain. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
It's come up, Alistair. You've been avoiding it.
Yes, well, I suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
You don't think it was dangerous not to?
More dangerous than the regular kind of danger we faced since the battle? I don't know about that. It's just that anyone who's ever found out has treated me differently afterwards. I was the bastard prince instead of just being Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
You probably don't have a choice in the matter.
You can say that again. I don't think I've ever had a choice in the matter. Right from when I was born, all my choices have been made for me. And now our Lehman plans to put me forward as the heir. It never ends, does it? For what
Not
it's
really.
worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
Like you for who you are, you're kidding, right?
No, but now I wish I were. As if I
Aw.
said anything. I guess
It's really
kind of a
hard to be
relief
mean
that
to
you know now.
Alistair.
Let's go.
I don't like that. Okay.
What do you need now?
Anything?
If you really have to, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, that always makes me so sad. I don't want to be mean to Alistair.
Yes.
What were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
That's not what I meant.
It's what you asked.
You don't like me much, do you?
Warden, if I truly disliked you, I would leave. That I am still here, you may interpret however you choose.
Are you going to answer my question?
I did. Parshera, was there anything else?
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
What was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
When are you going to do that?
Never. I cannot go home.
Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak then.
What was that about children?
What were they doing? Did not look like it served any purpose.
Don't tell me Kunari children are always serious.
When do they have time to waste on foolishness? They have much to learn.
What do Kunari children do if they don't play?
They study.
What do they study?
They learn their place in the world.
Well, that explains a lot about you, Sten.
Your priests clearly should have spent more time training you.
Parents teach children to be adults, not priests.
Parents? Are you speaking nonsense on purpose? If you insist on speaking, use real words.
What do Kunari call people with children?
Tamasrans. But the Emekari are not theirs. They belong to the Kunari, not the priesthood.
Parents don't own children. They're the ones who birth them.
You let your Emekari be raised by them? That explains much. Can we move on?
I had another question.
Very well.
Why don't Kunari raise their own children?
It obviously didn't work for you.
I'm serious.
As am I. You are a Grey Warden, yet you know little of your own order. You do not know yourself or what you are for. It was cruel of your people to leave you this way. The Tamasrans see that all Kunari know themselves.
I do know who and what I am.
Why do you hesitate? It is your task to fight the Archdemon, isn't it?
We have to deal with Loghain first.
And somehow this will bring us closer to the Archdemon. Interesting strategy.
What do you want to do? Charge straight at the Archdemon?
At least we would be going in the right direction. I weary of this. Can we move on?
I had another question.
Very well.
Why do you let the Tamasrans control your life?
What makes it mine? It was theirs to begin with.
You don't belong to them.
They knew me before I was born. I was birthed on the day they chose, placed in the world by their hands. When I die, it will be the Tamasrans who note my passing. I am their work. What I do is for my people, always.
You never do anything just for yourself?
That would be a waste. A life is so much greater than a single man. There is little point in pursuing this. We should move on.
I had another question.
Very well.
What did you mean about fiends and Saharan?
Ours wear the faces of men.
Do you mean they're abominations?
No. They do not have the excuse of demons within them. Darkspawn, abominations, plagues, and storms. Men are far more dangerous than these. One moment of betrayal can bring more ruin than an earthquake. You know this.
True. So they're traitors?
They are Talvashoth. They say they are Grey Ones. True in the knowledge of themselves. They are gaping holes where men used to be. Nothing can fill them.
What do they want?
I don't know.
There was a village in the mountains of Seheron. Farmers. They grew cinnamon and nutmeg trees in perfectly ordered rows. There would always be one person waiting, a foreman, a harvester, rank didn't matter. Often they would say nothing. Simply watch as we worked to examine the empty house, a new one each time, that had once been the home of a colleague, a friend. We always made a point of searching. Now and then a body would turn up in a river eaten by rain and crows. More often we found nothing. Even in the worst parts of the jungle, the villagers would send someone with us to see the tiniest piece of bone or cloth. Anything contained the possibility of their lost friend. Must we speak of this? We could be fighting something.
Okay, let's go.
As you wish.
Oh, see, I got 22 approval from Sten. Does he have anything new
You
now?
are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
Thanks. Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome.
So will you tell me now why you were caged?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what happened?
I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the Darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
What happened to the other Kunari?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
What did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
Did you believe them?
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You panicked over a lost blade?
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where did you find the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Calenhad.
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same. You called.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Is there anything you like about Ferelden?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
Sten likes cookies. You sound a bit homesick.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Seheron. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
Dogs don't smell that bad.
Skunks don't mind the smell of other skunks either. Shall we move on?
Don't the Kunari ever want to change their lot in life?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
He might be happier.
Happiness is fragile. Nothing can be built upon it that will last. Only duty endures.
You don't think happiness is important?
You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on?
Okay, let's go.
As you wish.
All right. Last one. Let's go talk to Morrigan. See if she has anything new. Hi, Morrigan.
I await your command.
Oh. So life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
But you eventually left.
Such simple pleasures will only enthrall for so long. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments, the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
Poor Morrigan. But you were just a child.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Okay.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Always. Tell me, are you really Flemeth's daughter?
I assume you were actually asking whether Flemeth herself gave birth to me. Truly, I do not know. I once asked Flemeth that very question, and she merely laughed at me. It is not inconceivable that she could capture a chastened man, or perhaps change to a more attractive form to attract him willingly. I find it more difficult to imagine her with child.
Could she have stolen you as a child?
It seems likely, does it not? In an animal form, a babe could easily be spirited away and raised as Flemeth's own. I do know the tales of Flemeth having many daughters, even though I have never met another. And Flemeth has always treated me as her blood.
What if you have a real family out there?
I would have nothing in common with them, nor any need for what they might provide. Flemeth taught me everything I needed to learn. How to survive, the meaning of power, the truth of men. If other mothers do not teach these things, then I believe them the lesser.
I suppose that's true.
You suppose it's true? 'Tis true. To indulge in love is to indulge in delusion. Surely a Grey Warden such as yourself does not believe otherwise.
I do in fact believe otherwise.
I see. Well, we all have our weaknesses, don't we?
Alright, what else you got?
Your command.
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Okay, nothing else there. Let's see one more.
I await your command.
I'd like to discuss something
We're in
personal.
camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Anything here? Okay, nope. Alright, well that's it. And that is probably about all the time we have for this particular video. So we'll end it here. Next time we'll just continue going, figure out which way we're going to go, either to the mages, the dwarves, or the elves. Probably the elves. I think I'm going to do that next. So, but anyway, we're just going to go ahead and stop, and we'll see you next time. If there's anything you want to see, anything you liked, any tips for me, go ahead and leave it on down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.